16-year-old Charleston White took the stand and testified against his friend, Antoine Doolittle, who sat just a few feet from him and listened intently.
Pull the hammer back on the gun. He fired it.
Look at Charleston White's head.
Snitch ass nigga.
What's up?
Things this case has stopped me from doing, traveling all across the world, making. So I just want to get it over with and, accept my guilty plea. I'm ready to get over with.
Charleston White might have finally crossed the wrong man, because this time, Boosie Badazz is not talking about clout or social media trash talk. He is talking about evidence, serious evidence. According to Boosie, there is proof that could allegedly link Charleston White to a murder for hire plot from way back in 2005. And if there is even a bit of truth to what Boosie is hinting at, this is no longer just a feud for clicks. This could be the kind of revelation that destroys reputations and puts someone behind bars for life.
Boosie going to jail! Oh, God! Oh, God!
He just pled guilty and he's facing up to 15.
God answered my prayer.
Why?
Because I prayed for him to be found guilty. Y'all don't remember? Remember I prayed?
No, I remember.
No lie, this story is spiraling fast, and it gets uglier every day. Boosie and Charleston have been trading shots for months. Instagram posts, live rants, interviews, the whole thing. Every insult has led to a louder response, and fans have been eating it up. But this time, it hit different. Boosie's latest words did not sound like trolling. They sounded like a warning, one that carried real weight behind the usual bravado.
You taking the plea deal? I think he even said he hopes you die in jail and stuff like that.
Yeah, I heard.
During a recent live stream, Boosie said it straight. Y'all keep playing with me, man. I got paperwork. I got proof. Charleston think he clean, but he got dirt too. Real dirt. 2005 type dirt. Fans were stunned. The comment section froze. Anyone who knows Boosie's past understood the gravity of that year. 2005 was the height of his own murder for hire case. The era when his name was all over the news, when federal agents were circling, and chaos surrounded everything he touched. So, when he says he has evidence from that time, it hits a nerve that is hard to ignore.
Happened for what, nigga? When you had a 15-year-old hitman, nigga, that murdered black people. Who next, Boosie?
Charleston White may have pushed the wrong guy. This time, Boosie Badazz isn't playing for clicks. He's claiming to have real evidence, stuff that, if true, could connect Charleston to a violent incident from 2005. That moves this from online beef to something far more serious. Here's how it escalated. Charleston's whole brand is built on calling people out. He spends his days mocking rappers, exposing hypocrisy, and saying a lot of loud things about who's real and who isn't. He's thrown shade at Boosie before, even bringing up his prison past and implying Boosie never truly changed. That type of talk eventually landed with the wrong person. According to sources close to Boosie, after one particular clip where Charleston mocked him, Boosie started talking about receipts. He hinted that Charleston wasn't as clean as he pretends to be, and pointed to the mid-2000s, a period when violent cases and undercover plots were making headlines. On a recent livestream, Boosie said outright he had paperwork and proof tied to 2005. Given Boosie's own history from that era, people paid attention. Charleston tried to brush it off at first, claiming Boosie had nothing. But then, he made an offhand comment in another clip. Whatever happened in 2005, I was a different man back then. I did things I ain't proud of. That phrasing set off alarms online. If you are denying something, you do not say it like that. Boosie posted a reaction, smiling coldly, and the backlash intensified. To be clear, no one is saying Charleston has been charged with anything yet. But Boosie's claims pushed people to dig up old records and rumors. Threads and video compilations began circulating, asking whether Charleston had any ties to violent actors in Texas in the mid-2000s. Some viewers call Boosie a braggart, trying to humiliate a rival. Others warn he is playing a dangerous hand only someone with serious evidence would risk. Charleston has pushed back loudly, insisting he is not scared, but observers noticed a change in his tone. He sounded less steady than usual. Boosie has not backed down either, arguing he will hand any files to authorities if that is what it takes. Right now, the feud is no longer just for views. It is a public clash with potentially criminal implications, and the internet is watching every move. Boosie's latest words hit harder than ever. They missed something last time. I'ma help them see it this time. That line sent chills across the internet because you do not bring up the feds unless you are ready for real consequences. You do not threaten a man like Charleston White unless you believe you have something that can truly shake him. This is not just another round of trash talk. This is about power, reputation, and who controls the story. Boosie and Charleston are two sides of the same coin. Boosie, the street legend who lived that life, paid his dues and carries the scars to prove it. Charleston, the ex-street hustler turned activist who built his fame on criticizing rappers for glorifying the same streets he once called home. But both men have ghosts, and when Boosie said 2005 ain't gone, it was not just a threat. It was a warning that the past never stays buried. People close to Charleston say he has been acting different since Boosie's claim. He has been keeping his circle tighter, avoiding unnecessary appearances, and scrubbing parts of his social media. Some call it fear, others call it smart damage control, but either way, the pressure shows. For a man who built his image on fearlessness, even a small sign of caution feels like a crack in the armor. Boosie, on the other hand, has been feeding the fire. He keeps dropping cryptic hints, teasing so-called receipts, and letting the suspense build. In one clip, he smirked and said, "I don't bluff, I bring truth." Y'all gonna see soon enough? That is classic Boosie, keeping people on edge, but even his fans admit it is risky. If he really has old evidence, files, names, witness statements, putting that out could reopen old wounds, maybe even old cases. And if the system decides to look deeper, Boosie could end up right in the middle of it too. That is what makes this situation so dangerous. Boosie knows the system well. He has been through it, fought it, and survived it. He understands what happens when street talk crosses into courtroom talk. Yet he seems ready to risk everything, just to make Charleston stop talking. As for motive, there are two schools of thought. Some believe Boosie is driven by revenge. Charleston has mocked his family, his music, and his parenting for too long. And this is payback. Others think it is strategy. By turning the spotlight onto Charleston, Boosie keeps him busy defending himself instead of attacking others. Either way, Boosie is walking a dangerous line. If he is lying, it could destroy his credibility. If he is telling the truth, then Charleston might be facing real consequences. Charleston's reaction has been unpredictable. Some days he laughs like nothing bothers him, calling Boosie a washed-up rapper chasing headlines. Other days, he rants for minutes straight about snitches, fake gangsters, and betrayal. But the tone is different now. More defensive, less playful. The internet can feel it. The tension is real. The jokes have faded. And what was once entertainment now feels like a situation that could turn dark fast. Behind the scenes, both men reportedly have people trying to calm things down. Mutual friends, OGs from Baton Rouge and Texas, are urging them to stop before things reach the wrong ears. Because once words like evidence and murder for hire start echoing online, what also been bouquets, it stops being social media drama and starts becoming federal business. Paperwork, subpoenas, and real consequences. Still, Boosie has not backed down. In a recent interview, he stood firm and said, "I don't make up lies. If I say it, it's because I got proof. I don't bluff on a man's freedom. I talk facts." That line tells you everything. You are not dealing with clout chasing anymore. This is pride, power, and unfinished history all colliding in real time. Charleston White fired back hard. "If you got evidence, show it. Otherwise, you the one playing police." That line summed up everything. Two men challenging each other to prove who is real, while both try to protect their image from cracking in public. The internet, of course, ran wild with it. Titles like Charleston White scared of Boosie, Boosie bringing receipts, and 2005 murder files leak started trending across YouTube and X. But behind the jokes and memes, people who know both men personally are warning that this has gone way past entertainment. When words like murder and evidence start flying around, the outcome is never clean. And if either one of them takes it off the internet and into the streets, this feud could turn from gossip to something tragic real fast. Boosie said something recently that really stuck with people. "I done seen real death. I done seen real prison. I don't fear no man, but I fear lies. Don't lie on me, cause I'll show the truth." That hit deep because it revealed what this might really be about. Not just anger, but fear. Fear of being exposed. Fear of losing respect. Fear of letting the other man win. Both Boosie and Charleston built their names on never backing down. Now they are trapped in a rivalry where stepping away looks like weakness, and the only way forward seems to be escalation. So, where does it go from here? If Boosie truly has proof, real evidence from 2005 tying Charleston White to a hit, this could explode into something way bigger than online drama. It could spark investigations, expose buried secrets, and possibly even lead to arrests. But if it is just talk, just Boosie using his past reputation to intimidate, then he is playing a dangerous bluff that could wreck his own credibility. Either way, one of them will not walk away unscathed. Right now, the world is watching to see who folds first. Charleston White, the loudest voice on the internet, is suddenly on defense. Boosie Badazz, the man who once beat the system, is daring another man to face it. It is pride versus proof, street versus speech, and this time the stakes are higher than ever, because the threat on the table is not just words. It is life behind bars. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Is Boosie bluffing? Or does he really have something on Charleston White? And if that evidence turns out to be real, what happens next? Whatever the truth is, this feud is far from over. The streets are whispering, the internet is watching, and every new post just adds more heat to the fire. You already know, it does not get louder than this. This is Buzz and Drama. Hit that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned, because the next chapter in this story might be the one nobody sees coming.